Leading MEP Guy Verhofstadt was called out for using the tragedy of Channel migrant crossings to bash Britain and Brexit. Guy Verhofstadt was slammed for using the ongoing Channel migrant crisis to bash Boris Johnson and Brexit. The MEP and former Belgian Prime Minister has long served as an outspoken critic of Brexit in the European Parliament. DW's Tim Sebastian took Mr. Verhofstadt to task during a lengthy interview on his programme Conflict Zone. He called out the Belgian MEP and the rest of the European Union for playing games with these people's lives. Mr. Verhofstadt had criticized Britain for not understanding that they are now out of the EU and need to take responsibility for their migration. Mr. Sebastian opened up the interview by citing the tragic loss of 27 lives in the Channel last month. He said, France called for urgent talks to discuss this tragedy, but then it disinvited a British minister because it didn't like one of Boris Johnson's tweets. You don't do that if you're serious about finding solutions, do you? The MEP responded, more importantly, we must discuss what we can do to avoid such tragedies. We need a change in European migration and asylum policy. There is also a need for the UK to understand that they are now out of the EU and they need to take responsibility for their migration and asylum policy. When the DW host said that the British understand that, Mr. Verhofstadt laughed and said, I hope so, but I'm not so sure that the British government and Boris Johnson understand that. Mr. Sebastian took issue with this response, firing back, this standoff might be great fun for governments, but the only people hurt by this are migrants. Isn't it time for everyone to stop playing games with these people's lives? If the EU can't agree on a life and death situation like this, what's the point of the EU? The Belgian MEP answered, only on the EU level can you manage this. You see, Britain cannot manage this alone, they need to ask the EU to take action or else tragedies will continue. It's time to do what the British government, and others, have avoided doing, and that is developing a common policy, based on qualified majority, not on unanimity. Mr. Verhofstadt had previously tweeted criticism of the UK's handling of the crossings. In late November, he tweeted, Boris Johnson and Priti Patel play politics with a human tragedy. This is a European problem and dealing with it means trading in facts, not nationalism. The UK border is in France,